Are we back in Season 2? Din's making deals while looking for Mandalorians. G'day, I'm RJ, and I've got both Bo and Din with me. Welcome to the Nerdy Dad channel, and my discussion of the Bo-Katan show. The Mandalorians. The Mandalorian. It's still called The Mandalorian, right? It doesn't matter. It's still a great show. Hey, if you stay till the end, I'll let you in on a little secret. Alright, I'm about to tell you what I thought of Guns for Hire, but let's make this a conversation. Let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comments. Chapter 22, Guns for Hire, is the 6th episode of The Mandalorian Season 3. This is Bryce Howard's 4th directorial outing in the Mandoverse, including what was possibly the best episode of the Book of Boba Fett, so we're all familiar with her work in the Star Wars galaxy. My non-spoiler thoughts? More so than any other episode this season, this standalone adventure felt like a Season 2 side quest to achieve a sub-goal. This is the way that Jon Favreau has structured every season so far, so I've really got no reason to be disappointed. I know they'll bring it all together in the last episode or two. It's just that after the way the pirate ended with Carson Tevra and Gideon's transport, I hoped we were going to pick up on that thread. But look, this is a colourful episode with a look at an Outer Rim world that couldn't be more different to Navarro, particularly Season 1 Navarro. Bo and Din complete their side quest, and like last week, the plot to move the story forward all comes in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the episode. Alright, spoilery details time. I'll say that again. Spoilers ahead. Great Scott! This episode was packed with guest stars. This was a Jack Black couple of days for me. At the time when I normally watched The Mandalorian, I was in the cinema watching the Super Mario Brothers movie with my family. And then Thursday morning, I turned on The Mandalorian to see Jack Black as Captain Bombardier. Of course, we also have Lizzo as the Duchess. No, not that Duchess. The Mandalorian really hasn't delved into Bo's history on that level. And we get Christopher Lloyd as Commissioner Hellgate. This was another Mandalorian episode that I had a lot of fun with. And I think the production team did too. Was everything about Plaisir 15 over the top? Well, Jack Black set the tone, so what do you think? But to me, that didn't detract from what was a fairly straightforward plot. Find a defective droid. Find out where that droid drank. Trace the nanobots to Commissioner Hellgate. Any droid-based episode in the show, of course, is going to play on Din's traumatic past with droids, particularly any episode with Clone Wars-era battle droids. And to me, that worked particularly well in this episode. We also delve into a bit of the time that Din spent with Kawil. I have spoken. I also like that Captain Bombardier appears to show us a case where the Republic's amnesty program worked the way it was supposed to, unlike Elia Kane. Or at least it appeared to work like it was supposed to. Of course, he does have a private army of Mandalorians stationed on his planet. And last week hinted that Mandalorians were involved in whatever happened with Moff Gideon, so, who knows? Now, let's talk about that private army. The titular Guns for Hire. We really only get to see them be Guns for Hire in the first scene, which established what the Mandalorians were doing, and they gave a lot of lore very quickly. The Mon Calamari and the Quarren were at peace, which is most definitely not always the case. But of course, the real reason these Mandalorians are in the episode is because Bo-Katan wants to reassert her leadership of the group. And of course, that leadership is reasserted by combat. They're Mandalorians. Was there any doubt as to how this was going to play out? I'd be real interested to find out what part Din plays in the remaining 2 episodes of his own show. Din and Bo work well together, and they do solve the droid plot. But at the end, he seems to be reduced to reciting wand lore. Darksaber lore. Come on, you can't tell me that Favreau wasn't reading Harry Potter when he wrote this. So by rule of combat, Bo winds up with control of the Elder Wand, the Darksaber, as well as control of the Mandalorian forces on Plaisir 15. There are 2 episodes left. The Imperial faction is very much still at play. Moff Gideon, Thrawn, or both are up to something. And I really need to follow up on the Dr. Pershing story and the Carson Tevra story and find out how all of that's going to tie back to Din and Bo. You can subscribe to my channel here. This is the secret. Look, I'll be honest, I didn't know it was Lizzo until the credits. But I'm a straight middle-aged bloke. I suppose that's not too surprising. There's something more embarrassing. I also missed that the commissioner was Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, ouch. This is the Nerdy Dad, signing off.